In this matchup, and this is going to be a heck of a chess match. This offense against a defense that will take no prisoners out there.
It's going to be a big-time battle, and I think that both of these teams have that mindset of, we're going to do what we do and make the other guys react to us. And we've definitely got a couple of headstrong coordinators.
It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Cowboys taking the field on offense, and for a 7th season, it's Dak Prescott who brings them out.
And despite the 3 touchdown passes he threw, there's a lot to work on this week, wasn't there?
Oh, ton of interception.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going really with almost a 1-to-1 ratio, that's not going to work for you well at all. Not over the long haul. The beauty, though, somehow found a way to win.
Yeah, they still got the win last week. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Prescott and Lamb hooking up for the Cowboy first. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 14 carries, 90 yards, and a touchdown.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. Here's Prescott. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27. The Cowboys at 8-2 on the year. And they come in as a team that looks like a well-oiled machine getting ready for the postseason. Winners of 8 of their last 10.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Prescott to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Here's Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space there. Lucky maybe that it wasn't intercepted. Play number 9 now on this pretty long opening drive. But this is 3rd down. Prescott now. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
They'll run forward with Pollard, and he will fight his way into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. So now here are the Giants as they'll get their first opportunity here. Leading them out, someone who has overcome plenty of adversity to forge a 12-year career. Former Virginia Tech Hokie, it's Tyrod Taylor. Throwing now, Taylor on first down. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Here we go, here we go.
To throw is Taylor. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Our game here, a Thanksgiving staple in Dallas dating back to 1966. It was Tex Schramm, the Cowboys GM, who wanted to drum up a little publicity. And he drew 80,000 to the Cotton Bowl to see the Cowboys beat the Browns that year in '66. And a tradition was born and has only grown in love and passion over the years. And he will have a Giants first down, at least at first glance, as they spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Taylor. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, Charles, this Thanksgiving tradition so great when going back essentially through the full century of the NFL. I know you probably have a lot of fond memories of Thanksgiving Day football yourself.
I certainly do, and I don't have the Turkey Bowl tradition. You know, the families that go out and play and then come in and sit down to their feast and watch football. I remember reading about, the Lions jumping on the Packers on Thanksgiving Day. The only loss the Packers had in 1962, and they sacked Bart Starr over 10 times in that game. And I remember Dave Williams with the Bears returning the overtime kickoff for a touchdown to win a game on Thanksgiving Day. I remember so many different things happening, but how much fun is it each and every year to know that you've got football on Thanksgiving Day?
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 16 carries, 91 yards.
And even though it's a short week, running backs love when they're in a groove, and that's exactly where he is right now. He's hoping to feast a little bit more here on Thanksgiving.
Running again with Barkley on second down. And a short gain down to about the 33. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. Another completion right there. And again, Charles, good time in the pocket. That offensive line on this opening drive been really solid.
They've been more than solid. They've really tamped down the pass rush and kept him safe in the pocket, able to look around, find his target, and deliver. He's got to make sure he tells that offensive line in the huddle, thanks, fellas. Let's keep it going.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Taylor. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Taylor. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Eric Ebron. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that one a 13-play drive in total, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away from the 10.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
But that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On third down, it's Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Looking to throw. Prescott. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Giants are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal some.
Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Here we go.
Again, it's Barkley. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. A first down carry for Barkley. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Defensively, it was Leighton Vander Esch up from his linebacker spot. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw with Taylor. Dancing to his left, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
3rd and long. Taylor and company hoping to regroup after the sack. Now back to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal. And
anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Finding room at midfield. Loose inside the 30. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Boy, CeeDee Lamb so prolific at Oklahoma catching passes like this from Kyler Murray, and he's doing it at the NFL level too. A first down carry by Elliott. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing a shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. They'll try to throw down. Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Cowboys are able to move back in front. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The New York set to take the field.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Now Taylor under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now Taylor. Short little throw to Ebron. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
Thinking of this Thanksgiving Day game, Charles, for years we've heard the talk. Why don't we open up these Thanksgiving Day games instead of just being Detroit and Dallas every year, give other teams a shot to host? I know you're kind of like me, a bit of a traditionalist, but what do you have to say to that, CD?
I think it's a great argument, and the league could support it quite well, where you could move games to different spots and still be very successful on Thanksgiving Day. But you're exactly right. I am a traditionalist. I really don't want Detroit and Dallas to give up those slots. I like the fact that we watch them each and every year. But what I really like is that the league added a 3rd game in 2006. And usually it's division rivals, but that's the 3rd one of the day, and it caps off a great day of football.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. It's a pickup of 3, and we have now arrived at the 2-minute warning.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7.
They run straight ahead here with Pollard. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now Prescott.
They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now Prescott.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession of the football.
You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely
You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You hit horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Out of the gun, it's Taylor. Short little throw to Ebron.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. And these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they are gunning for the sweep here in Dallas. Taylor's throw caught by Toney.
Touchdown, Giants!
Kadarius Toney.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Giants will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point try good by Gano. And it's now 17-14. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it's Kadarius Toney who caps things with a touchdown reception.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. They're behind in the first half here, CD, but it's not to any fault of their running back. He's had a strong start to this one.
And you're right about that, partner, because watching him play, you would think that his team is in the lead. He has been a lot of fun in this contest. Now let's see if they can actually make something happen and put more points on the board behind his efforts.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, Charles, if they can play complementary football and get that passing game going as well.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there, 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott
able to hit his target, Lamb.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Prescott yet again.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Giants are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Here's Taylor to throw. Touchdown!
Kenny Galladay
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Giants will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Gano the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. we've hit halftime on Turkey Day. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback. So now the Giants set to take over on offense. Last week, good result. They were able to beat the Detroit Lions, and now they are on the good side of the scoreboard right now as well. Now Taylor on first down. Short little throw to Ebron. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Looking to throw again on second down. Taylor. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
The throw by Taylor here, and that's incomplete. Taylor incomplete on first down. Here's second and 10. Back to throw again. And he comes back with one complete. A big play there on the catch and run. 49 yards. I tell you, for a defender, that's got to be a scary sight, seeing a big man like this with a head of steam behind him as he makes that catch and then turns upfield. Again, it's Taylor. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Giants. Eric Ebron with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point try good by Gano. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Fielded just outside the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Taylor, and that'll be caught by Tony. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
Okay, break.
Now it's Taylor. Eluding the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Barkley will take it in for the Giants touchdown. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So a sensational return there on special teams. A foot race that he was not going to lose. Now, meanwhile, while that was going on, we've got an injured player on the field.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Meanwhile, Prescott's throw pulled in by Lamb. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Here's Prescott. And he whips that one incomplete there.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
To throw again on second down, Prescott. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
Adoree Jackson right there, step for step in coverage. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
A 9-yard gain on the play. It's now 4th down.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. First down, Prescott. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
So first down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cowboys. Michael Gallup from 13 yards out.
And the Cowboys get a bit closer. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Taylor. And he finds his target, Ebron.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's got some space here.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. 89 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Giants are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Gano the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home?
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Prescott. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be stopped at the 46, gain of 3. The Cowboys on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Now that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
Barkley, inside handoff. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Play action, it's Taylor. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
I know it's an emotional game, Charles. You can't do that.
And when you get into your film sessions and you argue your case with your coaches, that's exactly what they say at the end. You just can't do it. It costs your team.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Prescott on 1st down. And he rifles one incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Prescott over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 26. They'll throw again. Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
Now Prescott. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Touchdown! Michael Gallup. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
And New York set to take the field. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think it might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Up the middle with Barkley. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he goes out right around the 39. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3. Here's Taylor. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10.
From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receivers, he brings out this offense.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Throwing, Prescott.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott.
And quickly, they get to the line. From the 30 on 2nd down, Prescott looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On play action, Prescott. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Prescott. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Prescott to throw it. It's caught. Tolbert. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. From the red zone now, Prescott. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. From the 5, here's 2nd and 2. To the air again, Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Cowboys have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And not much room there, so get it up only to about the 21. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, Barkley. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play was going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So Dak Prescott in the offense. Down by 11. A little over 40 seconds to go. Their long win streak in great peril as they come up 1st and 10. To throw, Prescott. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Here's Prescott. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
Here's Dak. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown. But probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Problem for them, they needed that score with a little more time left on the clock. I think just too little, too late now.
I would agree with that, and we're programmed never to say never. But in this case, we're asking a lot for them to even think they have a chance.
And it's incomplete, and now just 3 seconds left. Look at the clock. Time for one more shot. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle. And this will be recovered by the Giants. And that ought to just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to one possession game at the end, that's not something we see very.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie. This flex know they ready. See, we went on the ride nobody with. We're the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni again it hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it. That's how you know we're lit. Grrr.
Taking no loss, we be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust, big dog with lead. Where's the love in the street? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I say, me I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful that people they.